Thanks for joining us, Dusty Sonnenberg, field leader with Ohio's Country Journal and the Ohio AgNet for your Cab Cam today. We are in Henry County, northwest Ohio. It's been a delayed planting season. We are going to attempt to plant into this 6-foot-plus tall cover crops that are cereal rye and a mix of other things. This brought to you by Precision Agri-Services. Visit precisionagriservices.com for more information. Well, I'm in the cab now with Kent Sonnenberg, and we are planting into that standing cover crop that we saw earlier. Kent, talk a little bit, if you will. Just tell us what exactly is in the mix in this field.
Mainly cereal rye, a little bit of hairy vetch. That's about it.
And obviously we got some really good growth on the cereal rye given sort of the time it is of the year in the spring. Really not planted all that heavy, but looks like it all came up.
Yeah, we have a lot of cow manure, and of course we haven't had cow manure on this farm in 4 or 5 years, but it still makes a difference. And the phosphorus readings are on 43 in May Lake 3. Grandfather's farm, just one of my favorites.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the job that we're doing here with the planter and the roller crimper. Obviously with this, some of this rye 6+ foot tall, when I was walking across the field, gave a little bit of a challenge with the planter without crimping at first, sort of causing some wrapping, but boy, this roller crimper really seems to be doing a nice job laying it down and letting the planter roll through.
Yeah, I think it's going to hold the moisture throughout the year. It's going to be interesting to see what the yield is. Well, the previous crops are corn and beans. 2 years ago it was 78 bushel of beans, and the year before that was 79. I'm shooting for 80.
I'd say that's a good goal. So I know you've been scouting the field the last couple of days, sort of waiting for it to get fit, as we've had quite a bit of rain in northwest Ohio. I think we're actually about 3+ inches above average for this time in a given year. And plans had to change along the way a little too, from maybe how you intended to start to where it's at, and some adaptations.
Yeah, we had rye usually 4 or 5 foot tall, but 6 to 7, that's the challenge. And it kind of got away from us, but you have to adapt. You know, when something is thrown at you, you just have to change your ways. A lot of people, well, Howard Weller years ago, 20 or 30 years ago, he started planting rye before beans, and it never quite took off. But today, we have a lot of farmers trying that practice, and it's good for the soil.
So if you will talk a little bit about your experience with cover crops, sort of how many years ago did you get started, and what are maybe some lessons you learned along the way?
Well, I think you're always learning. We started in 2012. You know, we had funding available to put cover crops out there. One of the main reasons we moved from that to conventional farming is we could increase our organic matter, just the health of the soil, the general health of the soil.
Well, over those years, you've done single species, you've done mixes. What do you like about the mix? What do you think it brings to the soil?
Well, I think diversity is the key. Now, and a lot of times we can't do that. We have corn back to corn. We do monoculture, but whatever you can do, you should do as far as growing. Keep the ground covered year-round is the main thing.
That makes sense. Have a living crop that helps those microbes and everything else keep living.
This spring's Cab Cam series is made possible by Precision Agri-Services, Inc. Since 1994, Precision Agri-Services, Inc. has provided the best agronomic, environmental, ag technology, planter services, and planter products to farmers and agribusinesses. For more info, visit precisionagriservices.com.